Good morning. I'm upstairs. That has made an effort for me, but my office downstairs is now gone. We've moved it out of the bedroom because we actually have some new furniture for in the bedroom and it didn't all work. But I'm going to record this series from upstairs in my current office before it gets moved as well. I do want to say that some of the images that I'm going to be using were put together in help by ChatGPT. The reason I'm using it is I can't move around easily in this area if I have everything a mess, and it takes me twice as long to get everything cleaned up. So Chat helped me with some images that are from my home just to make them a little easier. Otherwise, a lot of the images I did put together. Now that I've said that, this is going to be video 1 of a 6-part video series in planning is not one size fits all. And today we're going to talk about what actually is planning. This isn't going to be a video on decorating your planner, where you're going to get the supplies, with who, what's better. It's not going to be promoting a planning journal company. It's not going to be where can you get your planners from. I will be showing the ones that I currently use, but there's not going to be a plug for them because this is not a sponsored video and there is no affiliates. I'm also not going to be talking about your planner size. This is going to be going a little bit more in depth into what is actually needed, because there is a misconception, at least in my book, and I've been part of that also. The misconception is that everybody knows exactly what the right planner is for them because we have assumed that you already know. Every year, I go through the end of the year, or not so much the end of the year, it's more the middle of the year, where I start having to plan for next year's planners of what so far I have learned from this year's. Because usually in August, all of the companies start promoting their new launches for the next year. And most of us need to go ahead and order in that first wave. Otherwise, it's going to be way into the new year before we get our new planners. That really isn't, 6 months really is not, or even 8 months is not enough time to know what actually works in that year. Because a lot of us may need planners for each season of life, each season of the year. What is actually going on at this time compared to that time. And we need to narrow down more what is going to actually work as a planner for you, just as I do it for me, than what looks pretty. So we're going to be going about, or I am going to be going about, helping you establish the concept and understanding of what you need to be looking for, because the functionality of your planner, whatever it is more important than what it looks like, the decorations you get for it. So this content creator wants to talk about misconceptions and facts. I promise it's not a long list. It is diving into what right now is the information that's needed so that you can find the planner. So, misconception. Planners are an item, a book that you need to decorate to the hilt. Planning is a tool, much like pens, pencils, scissors, ruler are a tool. Your planner's job is very simple. It is to hold your life in a way that your brain really gets overwhelmed in. It's this the little gray cells need that little extra help. I know mine do. It can be trying to juggle too much at one time. And that is where a planner can help you with function as a tool. So, fact, planning is forward facing. What it means is it is where your time goes before it happens. Making appointments, listing your deadlines, creating responsibilities. This gives structure to your goals, much like when you are, say, budgeting. You make sure every dollar is budgeted and gone towards something so nothing is left to chance. Planning is the same way. That's the function of it. You are working in forward facing mode while in it. Even though you could be working daily, it's still forward facing because you're planning out your day in either its sections or in its entirety. Planning gives you structure. Structure isn't always needed for everything, but it will reduce being overwhelmed. Because when everything is floating in your head, it feels heavier than it actually is. Planning gives it somewhere to go. Now, this is where everything gets blurred. When you are focusing on how the planner needs to look, especially if you want it to look like a content creator that you're following, it puts undue, quiet, silent pressure on you, not me as the content creator, on you, that you feel you have to do this same thing. Let's put that aspect behind us, please. If the planner is not working for you, no amount of decoration is going to change that. Function is always first. Always. If it's not going to work, it's going to clutter up your desk, your counter, your life. Because then on top of it, it's going to clutter your mind with the guilt that you haven't used it and you spent the money on it. I've been there. In a moment, I'm going to talk about how to find your new planner. I don't want you to feel discouraged that I'm telling you don't decorate your planner. That's not what I'm trying to say. I am trying to encourage you to first spend the first month of the year or the first month of when you got your planner and just work in it, figuring out if something is going to function. Another way of doing it, grab a notebook. I started off that way, and I will go more into detail in my future videos on this where I'm going to show you what I've done. But I have sat down with a notebook, listed out what I need, and then on the next pages, figured out how I wanted to do it. Now, let's go down. This list is talking about how you can find what works for you before you go and look for a journal. So in this list, these are the questions that you need to ask yourself, write down, take time to answer, and be truthful to yourself in. It is because making a list helps you see, write, read, and understand exactly what you need. What do you need help with managing? Is it time management? Is it adulting tasks? Is it work tasks? Is it managing family or family and work life? Is it all about you're working for somebody so that you can open up your own business? Do you want to focus on memory keeping and work? Is work handled, but life is a mess, or your habits are out of control? Jot those down because you need to be able to weigh what really is important. Once you understand that, planning does become a lot easier and more about finding and building a system that supports you, because your problems now are not you. They're not your planner. They're finding out what you really need your planner to do for you. Your planner needs to support your life. My planner setup is not going to support your life, it's going to support mine. That is something that you need to figure out. And I'm hoping this has helped you start that process. I will be going deeper into the next videos about your planner and how it'll work for you. But right now, I want to stop here so that you can think about this because this is more important at this moment. So if you have any requests, comments, questions, anything like that, please let me know in the comments below. As I create the videos, I will try to add them. If your comments come in later, I will try to address them in future videos. I am the one that answers all comments and all messages. If I've helped, I sure hope I have, and given you something, definitely give me a like, subscribe, get the alerts. All of that is for free for you to do. And maybe later on you don't like what I'm saying, I'm fine with that. I will be doing more videos on other things with my pen, my inks, and showing you. I'm hoping to finally get a schedule or figure out how I'm going to record my planning aspects. But right now, planning is not a one size fits all. And I thank you for joining me.